Good evening and welcome to part two of the Killer7 Extravaganza, in which we continue Sunset. This is CJ Wakura.
This is Infinite.
This is Quill.
And this is KamenSentai, and you better title the video that part 2 of part 2.
Yes. Is that like part 4 since 2 squared?
I think it's
That's not too bad.
Part 2 squared.
Killer 49.
Oh, wait.
Oh, come on. We had to do it 69 for just a funny number.
Oh, well, hey, we're going to go right to Lion? Okay. Really
Wrong. I like how you shot the different dude this time.
Yeah, we got to complete the trifecta.
Oh, I just realized.
So where we left off.
We're gonna open up on one of my favorite scenes, if I'm correct.
Oh boy, is this what I think?
Straight up.
Okay, we actually open up here, but
No, wait, weren't we supposed to open up on...
No, you exit and then the scene will play out.
Ah.
Yeah. Anyone who got family present, you may want to have them clear the room if we're coming to what I think we're going to.
No, not at that scene. We are getting to a violent scene, though.
Oh, no, that's nothing. You know, let the kids in. That's fine.
Let the kids watch some guy's brains get blown out. It's fine.
I mean, have you seen children's TV? It's not really that much different.
Oh, I mean...
People get kids' cartoons like this.
I did just have family today, and yeah, the kids are definitely watching some stuff. That wasn't anything violent, but me who looking back on like tokusatsu stuff for kids, especially old school Ultraman.
Wish you was a small place.
I used to come here quite often when I was an exchange
I forgot
student.
about this scene.
I like this place.
Me too.
Kind of run down, but
Man, we're not experts at all.
You know.
Fuck.
I didn't come down here.
There's to be fair, there's so many little scenes in Killer 7 where a lot happens.
Okay.
It's easy to forget.
let's get down to business.
Yeah.
And Mr. Mills has a job for you.
You'll have like a
He wants
minute
you
or
to
2
kill
minute
this
scenes,
man.
and then blink and they're done. You'll never
His
see that
name
character
is
again.
Jean de Paul,
Oh
23,
yeah, Jean de Paul. We actually
an
didn't talk about
apprentice
this
cook
guy.
at restaurant Fukushima. He's a spy, all right.
I like the slapping noises.
How can you tell?
He's one of the elite international operatives. Killed quite a few government officials, by the way.
Where is he?
Try the Kaku building. Syndicates from all over the world run their thing in that area.
Guess I'll be on my way then. Sayonara.
Still shows the respect. Very deep bow.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing I definitely see with a lot of Suda's characters, even if they're like some weird business or a straight up killer. Very deep.
You know, it's very important in things like that. You still got to show respect. You hear that? It's like a recurring theme in like mob stuff, especially the Yakuza. Here's a funny thought. Imagine if Garcian wasn't the face of the Killer 7. Like, could you imagine like Coyote or Dan trying to be the front man for these meets? Oh.
It's
Yeah,
too
here we
late.
go.
We won't see any fireworks.
For 65 years, we gave everything we had to restoring this country.
These
Now,
voice actors were
all our efforts will end up in smoke
I
once
notice they're
again
very
by the hand
literal with the
of
subtitles,
same
sticking to their
country
guns.
that first
Yeah,
put us
65
here.
year.
This is what happens when you rely on boys. Now, how should we settle this?
Shut up, all
Now, fun fact,
Freddy,
Kenshiro
who the hell
Matsuoka.
do you think you are? This is
I think
exactly
this-
the
I
reason.
think this is Robin
hate
Atkin
young
Downs.
pricks like him. Oh, they lack
Yeah, it
is.
patience.
Hey, kid, do yourself
I
a big
also think,
favor.
I know he's in this game.
Here.
And in this chapter.
Yeah,
Blow your head off.
I was going like, this is him, right?
You want to
It's so
shoot
fun to know.
us
It's like, yeah, he
with
was in a
that
Grasshopper
gun?
game before Travis.
Go ahead.
Interesting.
We're prepared to die.
Shoot us if it will make you happy.
I really
but
hate
it
old men,
won't
so
make any difference.
Oh, we've done it many times, killing our seniors.
you know this
But
kind of
it's how
reminds me
we've
of,
always settled
and I
things.
definitely know it can't be
Look
referencing
at you.
it. It just
Don't
reminds me
even
of Star
have
Wars Episode
balls
3 with
to
I
pull
remember
trigger.
when I killed my mentor.
I can say this much.
Maybe,
this
no,
boy's
Suda.
got no future.
Well, didn't that Episode 3 came out after this, didn't it?
Oh yeah, I keep
Yeah, I definitely
forgetting-
hear Robin acting downs in that. Yeah!
Oh, yeah, let's hear him.
You know,
Kid.
a real gentleman would dress more appropriately before his death.
Who the hell are you?
Yeah, that's Travis.
Yeah, I definitely hear it.
Yes,
God, I love
Why
this.
do they treat elders like we are such nuisance?
Wow.
He sounds
Talk
like
about a
Engine from
mind fuck.
fucking Crash.
How much we
I
truly
like how the
contribute.
brain stays
I
there.
have to agree with you there.
He's yours.
I'm gotta touch you. Is that weird?
So, what do you think, partner?
I think he is finally seeing things clearly now.
Well, you'll always be together.
Yo, mom and boys, I'm gonna go play some Mahjong.
Wow.
just go-
So, like, yeah, so what do we just imply that Kunlan did to him? Did he, like, possess him, make him a puppet?
Oh, Mrs.
Yeah, it's very interesting because I guess, like, spoiler, this character does pop up again.
Yeah,
So
you see
what
you
about
see him at the very, very end before Lion. He's the
Yeah,
one who
so-
gives you the choice, if I recall.
So did, like, Kun Lao just give him, like, especially considering what we know comes up later, did Kun Lao give him something? Like, they kind of oddly
Well, it
enough,
seems like he gave him a purpose, because before that, Matsuoka was about to kill himself. And then
Yeah.
Kunlan intervened.
Well,
And as we know, he shows up later and gives Garcian the choice between sparing Japan or letting everybody nuke it.
the thing, he also appears, too, at the school, right?
I feel like he does.
So,
Yeah, he's at the, when the man, with the hanging man, he's around there. In the
But we don't
dream.
see him again in this chapter, I'm pretty sure.
No,
We don't see
well,
him yet. We don't see.
there is another cutscene with him in this chapter. Again, that's why I made the Mahjong joke.
Oh yes.
And
That's
again, now it makes me question, like, how is he around still?
You know what? I just thought of something. Kunlan's putting his like hand in play. What's the book called that spells everything out? And Killer7.
Oh,
I
Hand and
think,
Killer
doesn't it?
7. Yeah, the Hand and Killer 7. That's what this book is called. I still have never read
Yeah,
it yet.
Kunlan has a hand in everything. The hand in Killer7.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm overthinking.
Yeah, you probably are, but it is funny.
I have the book, and I was lucky to buy it when it got reprinted, and then it subsequently it was available. I think the reprint for like a good 6 months. Then it disappeared, and the value shot up like a rock.
Yeah.
How much does it usually cost?
I think it's worth
Like,
a good
before-
100 or two now.
Before it was higher
Before it
priced.
skyrocketed. Probably
Yeah.
like 30, 40.
I think when it got reprinted, I got it for $45 shipped, and I knew that was a steal.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Mine's.
I mean, I wanted it at the time. I wanted it just for the artwork. I knew I wouldn't be able to understand most of it, but it really
Yeah.
is like 70% text. Dialogue.
Yeah, I mostly do know that mostly the stuff in the book is about. How should I say? It's not. It doesn't help explain anything.
I don't know.
Yeah,
like-
it's
like,
just
it contradicts a lot of stuff as well.
Again, it's
it
definitely.
has cool
reminiscent
artwork,
of the
but
draft.
it's kind of like Grimoire and Nier. You don't really buy it for the artwork. I mean, it's nice, but you really want it for the text.
Like, there's a little, with the contradictory stuff, it definitely much is showcasing that was the rough draft ideas before Suda axed most of the story out and stuff like that.
Well, yeah. So you have to realize he is making a game, not a novel. By the way, in case you didn't pick up on it, the windshield is what solves it.
Oh, the poison smiles there too. I hate it.
This area is hell in Killer 8.
Oh yeah.
Area, I died so much in Killer 8.
Oh shit!
It's not even.
Oh wait, just like
Yeah, you have to kill the.
Probably because there's so many hidden smiles in this area.
yeah, the soul like
Very big. There's surprisingly a good amount to do in this building.
Yeah. Oh, you're a boy. And what I think someone in one of the chats was saying he tried to fire a gun like Coyote. He's lucky he didn't blow his own hand off doing that.
Yeah, one of us actually, our good friend Edo.
Yes, he's contributed to our FSR. I guess we should get him to jump in on one of these and talk about his Coyote exploits with shooting like a side. Let us know how that worked out for you. Kids, don't try this at home, please.
Yeah.
Why are you listening to us?
Yeah. Oddly enough, does he even have a holster for that gun?
I don't think so. I think he's back with him.
Which, it kind of makes me want to do some research on why he kind of is the way he is. Because I remember in a good amount of Lupin stuff, Daisuke Jigen, the gunslinger, he doesn't have a holster for his big ass gun.
Maybe it's a reference to like the what do they call the Mexican cartel? It's a cartel.
Maybe.
Nice gun. You know, cartel guys are gonna be pretty fast and loose. Snake eyes.
Yeah, imagine doing this, and it's just, again, is it, like, does it just come up automatically after a certain amount of times, or is it blue?
I would assume so. I mean, theoretically, if you roll, it's not that hard to get snake eyes if you roll it enough times. It's not like you're gonna be here for an hour. Although that would be funny.
No, but yeah, imagine like a player just going like, "What am I supposed to do?" Goes away and then shoots the guy for the mask, and like, just get snake eyes, dumbass. Is probably what he says.
So hey, if we ever manage to get Robin Atkin Downs on here, which is probably like we have to contact an agent as popular as he is, he can talk about Killer7 too.
you pay a lot of money.
I can't imagine he'd cost that.
I do remember something interesting when he talked about No Mirrors 3 stuff. Like, he really just kind of just gets the script and does it. From what I remember, he doesn't actually know much of the context of the actual like game footage.
So we were talking about how Suda wrote a whole novel for that stuff.
I do think
at the end of the day, you still got to make a game.
Yeah, I do think in that factor, it does very much show how important a voice director is. Because, if I'm correct, the voice director of this is still the same for No More Heroes Onward, too, is right?
Yeah, it's Chris Zimmerman.
Yeah, Chris Zimmerman. She also works with the Metal Gear Solid series.
Very talented.
She is very good. Heck, even Wonderful 101 even she worked on, and it shows.
I'm sure Suda worked closely with her. So you don't want to do a game like this and then have the voice acting be like 50 or they're like.
It does make me wonder about another thing, but I feel like it'll be a topic saved for later, kind of very sensitive subject about a certain voice actor. But yeah.
You mean what's his face? Junpei's voice actor?
No, that's
Quentin Flynn.
Yeah, Quentin Flynn. Yeah, like how when that stuff happened, like I kind of wonder how, like the voice director did, because I I feel like she kind of
Yeah.
always has close personal contact with some of the people she works with because she usually gets them again and again and again for certain roles.
Yeah. And he really did a good job on Henry in No More Heroes, so it was it kind of sucked to lose him.
Also Raiden in Metal Gear Rising.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not too confident. Wasn't that mostly just like a lot of allegations that he was a creep, or was it something more concrete?
I'm sorry?
The
With Quentin
allegations stuff.
Flynn.
Some of them was, but there definitely was one thing that was a confirmed thing, which was he was cheating on his wife. So,
Yeah, he was cheating on his wife, and that was
Yeah,
like other than that.
it's more like he's kind of a creep. Like no one really wanted
the
to work
creep,
with him.
the kind of the creep thing was definitely kind of a bit exaggerated for sure.
Yeah.
And he settled that in court and stuff like that, but yeah, it gotta be like Genry, where it's just like, just don't cheat on your wife.
Although to be fair, some of the stuff he's been doing since then has been a little skeevy. Like he's been like trying to claim ownership of characters. Like I think he was posting on Twitter that he was the real Henry and like putting hashtags like one true Henry. Like, dude, it's not that serious, dude. Let it go.
Yeah, it was really, and he didn't really like. I hate to be that kind of guy, but Henry wasn't that big of a character for No More Heroes. He
I
came
know
in,
it's like yeah,
And
like
I
is this
kinda-
the hill you want to die on, dude?
yeah, and again, I'm not too. And knowing how No More Heroes 3 did the character, then probably the best incarnation of Henry. I think the new voice is actually a well good.
Yeah, like, so the character is very different in the 3.
Well, I think the new voice makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
the story
although
is-
for the record, I really don't like Henry in 2. He's barely even an actor.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
he's
talked
just
about
there.
this with a good amount of people. It really does feel like 3 just went 2. Fuck that shit for Henry. That doesn't exist.
Yeah, so it was like, wow, you have to play as Henry in a dream sequence where you fight one of the Bizarre Jelly 5 girls.
No, she really was just a weird anime incarnation of Travis' subconscious. Correct.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
I mean, at
particularly
least
Bizarre Jelly.
Shinobu was disappointing, but at least she had an actual level.
Yeah, 2 levels actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, hell. So hey, and you know what's funny then? Henry played No More Heroes 3 before any of us. Then he just did a boss fight.
Although it would be cool if he did like a DLC where you actually play as Henry and like show what he was doing in the background.
That's the first thing I thought
feel like
about
you could-
when I played
You
3
can
for
make
the
another
first
game
time.
on that, really, in my opinion. But again, Marvel.
What does his shirt say? Scorpio?
Scorpio.
Scorpio, yeah.
Scorpio.
Oh, he's a,
From all I
he's a
thought, it said boring.
He's a Scorpio. Well, I'm a Gemini, so I don't know the horoscope. So
I'm a Leo.
I don't know what I am, honestly. I try to avoid that.
I only remember because my sister kept bringing it up back in the day because we had the same month birthday, so it was just something that just stuck in my head.
I keep
Let's
honestly
make this interesting.
I keep forgetting it.
Scorpio
on
is-
purpose sometimes.
Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, the planet that governs both destruction and transformation. Scorpion energy is ambitious and enticing. Discreet and secretive, air of mystery around them. That sounds like Travis. Interesting.
It is kind of interesting now, kind of thinking back at that. Yeah, when horoscopes were a lot bigger back in the day. Now these days,
Yeah, they're not.
Oh shit.
You know, there's always that stuff. Like, there's people I know who are like really big on that for compatibility. Like, they don't know what your sign is. It is the thing.
I remember, and especially in a lot of old media, I remember people always like to kind of reference a horoscope in some way to kind of imagine someone going crazy or something like that. It's like, oh, reading your horoscopes, I see.
Right. Or also with the tarot, like, you know, you'll see the dramatic symbolism of a tarot person going, oh, the death card. Ooh.
Oh god, even though the death card is like actually can be good.
Yeah, like I do read tarot, so yeah, I'm very familiar with that. It means a change and getting rid of.
And a lot of people forget that the position of the card is also incredibly important too.
Yeah. Like
Like,
a good
that can be a bad
card.
card.
If you're yeah, it can be, but like a more accurate one to show for dramatic effect would be the Tower or like the Nine of Swords if you really want to make things look ugly. But it's not as scary.
I love this puzzle. It's just so... it's so cute.
Random?
Yeah, it is pretty random.
No, it's
but,
not.
but it kind of fits thinking about all the things we've been seeing. It's all gambling references and horse races.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but Sega has a game like this where you race horses. It's called, I forget what it's called, not Winning 11, something like that.
Grand
Like
Theft Auto,
Pro,
San Andreas.
What's that name? It's an arcade game. I played it once when I was waiting for a dance game to get updated. And the guy was like, oh, why don't you play this? It's a fun game. Oh, Derby Owners Club is what it's called. This reminds me of a Yakuza minigame. Yeah, like in the game you have to race your horse and bet on it.
Huh. Also, kind of funny. Then later, Shinji Mikami would have a horse racing kind of. Well, it wasn't horses, but it pretty much was a horse racing mini game with the little poison chihuahuas.
Oh yes, in God Hand.
Yeah.
What is Shinji Mikami doing anyway? Because I know he did Evil Within 2.
No, he didn't. He rarely did Evil Within 2. He rarely worked on Evil Within 2. It was very much like a Suda No More Heroes 2 moment. He kind of was just quote-unquote an executive director and stuff like that. And now he barely works on much games. He's most likely just keeping his company up and float in terms of like paperwork and all that.
So he's actually just running the company. He doesn't have time to be a creator like Suda does.
Yeah, that's what kind of does feel like at the moment.
Yeah, but unlike I guess he realizes unlike Suda, it's not that important the comedy behind it. Although I think it's helpful, but I think they realized not having Suda at the helm was actually hurting their sales. It's like their word was getting out that when Suda didn't do the game, it wasn't as interesting. And they were right.
Yeah, a part of me just believes Suda just did it because he just felt so disconnected now.
What's up with the random Grasshopper model? These look a lot like they're from Grasshopper model. Like I think they are.
They're probably a very good reference to the Grasshopper models and stuff.
Oh
like that.
no, you respond.
Oh, is that how it's pronounced? I was pronounced it Grabber, like gravity.
Yeah, it goes all over the place because again, you got people saying like in Japanese English or like English, so it goes all over the place.
If anyone's not familiar, Grabber models is basically softcore Japanese magazines where they're in bikinis or it's like pinup stuff.
Yeah, like bikinis they could take it off, but they're still covering themselves up, kind of thing. And there is some,
exactly.
And there can be some risque things considered, and more kind of if you know the behind the scenes of kind of things with ages. But again,
and also to make this a little skeevy, aren't a lot of them like former idols and stuff like that? Like doesn't that like where they watch idols go?
Sometimes idols go there, or sometimes the opposite. They start there, then be idols, or some of them start there and become actresses. Usually a lot of people start the modeling business so then you can get to bigger gigs later on. It's still a thing today, especially for a lot of new-time actors that I see from tokusatsu shows. I am not joking. Like, a lot of them would start out in modeling or do both at the same time.
Also, a really good movie about that and how like twisted the industry is, The Neon Demon. Very interesting look at the modeling industry. And Nicholas Winding Refn of Drive made it, so it's something.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that movie.
That dude is nuts.
I never seen the movie, but I remember people kind of going like, "Man, I'm like, maybe it was supposed to be the point, but I don't know."
Yeah, that dude saw all of that Amazon show he made, the one they sent to die. Too old to die young. Boy, that is I don't know how that show got made, and Amazon didn't even know how to market it, so they didn't try. It's like a cop is like makes a deal with mob
one
to
behind
avenge his
you.
dead partner.
A fucking
This could be
jump
ugly.
scare.
I think he's good. He might be heals. Oh, let's talk to Travis.
Well, I
Travis
think
will
he
save
wanted-
us.
Going invisible does stop the smiles. They do go like, huh?
Yeah, they just stop. Just got jump
But
scared
you
because
can't
I
run into
wasn't
them
invisible.
then.
No, you cannot if you're invisible now.
Oh,
You
really?
know.
I thought you could.
Yeah, like you can run in like past them, but they do not explode.
So, wow, it's full intangibility.
Yeah, that's how I cheese the game a lot.
You know, I just kind of thought about. I wonder if that's. I want to. Like, I know Suda had a media blackout. I wonder if it was just. I wonder if he thought of this just because of Zelda. Because there is an item in Link to the Past where you're just fully intangible until you attack.
You know what? Speaking of international politics, with what's going on right now, like in real life, like nowadays, whenever there's a big dispute with countries, it seems the fallback is sanctions. Get them in the wallet rather than go to war.
And by the way, we're kind of at another kind of nice, fun little card game. Hanafuda.
The bane of Sakura Wars fans.
Yeah, pretty much. I remember going through that. I do love
which
the
one
card
was it?
illustrations, though. And fun
Which
fact,
Yeah, they're very.
fun fact, Nintendo started as a Hanafuda card company.
You know that.
Yeah.
So
And then they
that's why.
started.
That's why. Could have been definitive one.
And then they also just kind of became a basic card company later on, doing all types of things. So it's real fun to watch like old school Japanese shows, and you just see a card that says Nintendo on it.
Wow, how long ago was that?
Oh, jeez. Like I seen cards like that in like a lot of '70s shows, and even to like the early '80s. But again,
That old
like, Nintendo has been
tokusatsu
around.
stuff comes into play.
It does give you a lot of kind of interesting viewpoints into kind of what Japan was at the time, because they were shooting in, you know, actual location shots, etc. Fashion, obviously. Well, yeah,
Are we almost at the end of Sunset?
Oh yeah, this one's a quick chap. It's quick.
Yeah. Although
Because
it
the
bears
point of
repeating,
this
we played
stage-
Killer 8. That whole interconnecting hallways is hell on earth. A lot of death.
The point is, this stage is made to like go back because you don't.
And
remember
also,
the shit.
correct me if I'm wrong, but there's not a lot of save points. I think you only save at the entrance.
There was one actually at the
I
last.
think there's two, yeah, but it
Like
is a
in-
smaller building, and again, as Infinite was saying, it's supposed to be sort of like, oh, you got this wrong, you got to go back here, back and forth mentality.
Yeah. Making it really nasty on Killer 8, because Killer 8, you're pretty much a glass cannon.
Hey, if you can cheese it with,
I
again,
think this
the
one's
invisibility. Is this laser? No, laser's at the end. Oh,
backside
backside.
smile.
Oh, I hate these guys.
This thing, that they have a creepy frick.
Maybe she wasn't the right choice. Let me just.
I think I
Yeah,
usually go
probably not.
con. I usually go con in this one.
Dude.
Oh come on!
Yes.
Nice. They're just very ominous the way they slowly approach with that. Like they feel unstoppable. You know, and they could have so easily made this play through the whole area. They could have made it play through the open area, the boss. Nope, only the stairs.
Yep. It's oddly enough, this happens a lot in a lot of Suda games where there's always that track you're like, man, I wish I could hear that more.
And then again, that's what makes it memorable. If you think about it, would Ray Vaughn be as memorable if you heard it that entire time? People would probably be getting sick of it.
Yeah, it's kind of, when you mention that, I was going to mention No More Heroes 3 because when people were hearing Beast Test for the first time, they loved it, and then when it plays every single time you're doing combat missions, it's like, oh, I'm tired of this one. But everyone then goes like, man, start of the game, that track was awesome.
Yeah.
Also, Itadaki Mas, that only plays at the sushi shop. That's why everyone loves it so much, because you don't get to hear it often.
You actually get the, technically it's by your choice.
So you can stay there and linger with it, but if you just do your business and leave, you're only going to hear it for a few seconds. You're not even going to hear the first verse.
Mm-hmm. And then to kind of cycle back to a previous thing I was talking about with the tokusatsu stuff, I recently got done watching Ultraman Tiga, and yeah, when Suda says that's his favorite show of like Ultraman shows, like they're
Like
in Killer. He has a lot of. There's some things I can make parallels to that I think he took a lot of influence from.
You were behind.
Like, all enough, in Killer7, in the first part of the game with... Oh, I should shut up. It's great.
Libre is for kids. But you know, you are great with the kids, Masked Man.
Children are pure. They know who's the strongest.
No, who's the strongest?
And I
would not be caught. You say that in Mexico, that Lucha Libre is for kids? Oh, you're gonna have a fight on your hands.
Oh,
dude, you say that in Japan, you're probably gonna fight on your hands.
Can I shoot this guy?
He's so
reload.
fast.
It's okay.
Oh, I cannot reload. Oh shit, I need to hide somewhere.
You can't.
Really cool music. That has a kind of a Silver Case vibe to it. That little piano string.
There we go.
There we
Wait,
Did I get him?
missed.
I didn't.
Oh, you gotta heal up.
I just changed characters.
I don't think you. Oh yeah, you can do that, I guess.
Well, you got enough blood, that's for sure.
But yeah, a moment in Killer7, particularly Angel, her kind of wingspan and stuff like that, and her being kind of like this, essentially a disguise and a ruse. Ultraman Tiga straight up has this angel figure that was in the same kind of four-wing look and was not what it seemed to be.
Finally. Oh, that's cool.
And he
It's
just
so
shoots
good.
himself.
Why does he just shoot himself?
Because he got hit by the ceiling. You don't
He
do
lost. Hey, it's
One
just
more
like
for your
another.
picture.
To kind of bring a semblance to that, another Suda51 character that lost the game was Velvet Chair Girl. When she lost,
Here we go.
done.
This is a good team.
Oh,
Yeah.
Taking
Best.
advantage
Go
of
there.
us, aren't you? There's more than one scenario, you know.
You got this all mixed up, you monkey. Don't you think you can hold on to the bar forever when you're on the verge of death?
Listen to him, barking like a stupid dog.
Gee. So, you finally reveal your true
Hey,
self.
Steve Bloom.
You dirtbag.
Yeah, I hear that
That's a
one.
threat to the states.
Pong.
That's straight up Spike.
It's the one who designs first that wins.
I didn't know monkeys could design.
Don't underestimate the monkeys.
Pong.
I love
wonder
the
why.
You're a
cinematography.
dog bred for fighting.
I wonder why
and
he's
they're
always
mean
referenced to
sons
be
of
the
bitches.
monkey. I wonder why.
Monkeys are
How do
cool.
I stop your barking?
Is it? I wonder if
The
it's because of
camera
Son.
moves around.
I wonder if it's because of Son Goku. I
What?
wonder.
What can one knight
Maybe.
possibly do? Don't you care about winning?
You really are a stupid dog. You'd better pay attention before
And
someone
only
puts a
enough, he's
bullet in
calling the
your head.
American a
Shut
stupid
up,
dog, which is a
monkey.
pretty common thing for us.
Reachie.
This could feel like Chinese mythology. You know, the year of the monkey, the year of the dog.
Like I said, I know
Oh
your
my God,
train of
Journey!
thought.
It could maybe Journey to the West, possibly. They are playing a Chinese game.
Bullshit.
Hmm
Enough with the caviling. This is pathetic.
Hey, yo! Cheater! That's a footy-tan! You got no hand.
What?
Shit. It's all over.
That's
What a
cool
Mexican
scene.
standoff.
What a cool
Wow. So great.
And
That's one hell of a Mexican standoff.
And then yeah, that episode of Tigo I was talking about. Oddly enough, this devilish kind of race, they hide in an invisible like format, and only the hero can sort of see like the residual energy. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, are these guys just having smiles? And even in one of the episodes, I even made parallel to that with TSA. I was like, man, this runs deep. Like, again, I could just be crazy, but I don't know. I was just like, wow, there's some parallels here. Even the silver case.
Suda's just laughing. He's like, let them think what they want.
I want to be some. There's a part of me that feels like Tiga also could have embraced, or I mean, sort of could have nudged Suda to think of the kill the past mantra, because Tiga deals a lot of the past coming back to bite you. And rectifying a mistake of the past in a way. I don't know. It's just, and it's not like it's a small show. Like, this is one of Japan's biggest shows that I can think of. Like, Ultraman is not a small thing in Japan.
Who do we think she's referring to with Daddy Longlegs? Is that referring to Kunlun?
Maybe, or maybe she was referring to those weird mother smiles.
Probably. I don't know. It's
extending his hand for a gentle caress, like he did to.
Oh, okay,
wow, never mind.
Yeah, that's Kunlun. Yeah.
I don't know about the prize down south. I think she killed him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is a little different.
Maybe she's talking about. Yeah, it seems like she's kind of talking about how it awakened for her.
Yeah. It reminds me of that in Kill Bill when they show how Go-Go killed her guy.
Wait,
in when Kill Bill Go-Go's flashback, where she's in the bathroom, it's like, do you want to penetrate me? And then she goes, isn't it ironic that I penetrated you? And she sprays it all over the bathroom stall. Reminds me of that.
And yeah, Kill Bill's definitely a good time to bring up because Suda definitely gets a lot of comparisons to Tarantino. Especially a lot of early review media. I don't see it as much anymore, the Tarantino stuff, but it certainly was a very common comparison back in the day.
So apparently Matsuoka is a major player in the Japanese government, so we could say that Kunlun is trying to exert more influence over Japan.
Yeah. He wants the fireworks.
Yes. And what better way to do that than using Matsuoka as a puppet?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting considering the context of Kunlun being, especially, I know a lot of comparisons are made with Kunlun and Harmon being the god of West and East. And obviously Kunlun being like that is a god of the East. He's essentially trying to kill Japan.
You could also say that with Chinese politics, anybody knows China and Asia in general does not like Japan because of World War II.
And South Korea still has a bit of a with that too, because yeah, Japan did not play nice.
And he's already a remnant psyche.
And yeah,
it's interesting. He's using the same voice that what's her face is using.
Yeah.
It's probably because it's young.
Probably. They're probably around the same age. He was 23. But,
it's really usually when major players in a chapter that die in the same chapter, you only see them once in that chapter, and then they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have no reason to stick around.
Does it? I forget. Does Susie pop? Oh, not Susie. I forget her name. The gun girl in the part 1. Does she show up again?
I think she shows up in the.
Oh, I think she does. Yeah.
The next chapter.
What's her face?
Yeah, Cloud Man.
But,
I'm already forgetting her name.
Actually, see her in the roof right now. I think.
Not Linda Vermillion. She doesn't show up yet.
No, Linda. The woman from the previous part.
Yeah, the one we fought at the end of part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely one thing that Jean Paul was talking about again with wrestling. Yeah, if people don't know, Suda loves his wrestling.
Oh yes, absolutely. Why look at all of Travis's finishing moves.
Yeah. And again, hate to be. I will definitely be the trope of my Tokusatsu brain rot, but a lot of old school Ultraman had a lot of wrestling in it. Like, even Godzilla stuff. A lot of people say a lot of those things are just costumed wrestling at many points.
So does Ultraman suplex kaiju at any point?
He giant swings one.
I know Godzilla does some swinging by the tail.
Yeah. I wonder if that's really because of Eiji Tsuburaya, I kind of wonder, because he did work on a lot of early Godzilla.
This country is big. It's too big.
Our voices will never be heard.
It's interesting they're saying this with Japan, too, by the way.
By the way, I shouldn't have entered the boss fight so early because we missed the remnant.
So think about it. At this point,
right. Oh wow.
At this point, they've already completed the assignment. It was to kill Jean Paul.
Yeah, but now there's something else. Obvious. We found there's a deeper evil going on.
Yeah.
Now
this boss can be very frustrating if you don't know what it entails.
It's so. This is a pretty cryptic fight. Yep. You gotta do him in. Now he goes over, fixes friend's tie.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Even the hints don't really play a lot.
It's oddly enough a very puzzle-like boss fight. It's so, it's so weird to talk about. Like, I don't know how someone thought of this one. I don't know how Suda thought of this one.
Maybe this is Mikami's influence.
He did have a lot of puzzle stuff in Resident Evil, that's for sure. But not to a boss fight to this degree.
Resident Evil does have some boss fights where you have to think outside the box, hit their weak spot. Not like this, but you know, you have to go to certain parts of the stage to hit their spot or move around.
I don't know, part of me feels like this is like adventure game logic in a shooter right now.
What was it?
Oh, now I think you have to wait for him to attack. Because there's the back part of his brain you can always hit when he does his stuff and it like flaps around.
I remember it gotten pretty quick. Is that because of the upgrades?
I remember you could have
Well, the scope does zoom in. Like, you notice how the scope will like hone in when you hit something you can hit.
I remember you could have like do something with the pants or something.
Oh yeah. His pants falls down. I think you gotta shoot the belt.
Maybe, yeah, do the belt. Do hit like in the belt area.
Is that glitch?
I don't know. Something's there.
Yeah, I think it's a glitch.
Wait, try to move more in the middle.
Yeah, just get rid of this.
I thought you just had to hit what you could clearly see.
Yeah, I thought it was too. Where is he?
I don't recall anything about hitting his belt. I don't recall that, to be honest.
Oh, there it is. When you're shooting his stuff, he goes, ugh! He does that animation where he's trying to cover himself, but he leaves his brain exposed. So when you're shooting his stuff, you have to look back down. Yeah. Ha! Fuck you, flowers.
Very nice little John.
Oh yeah, no. Sorry, the pants was actually like sort of the final boss. I don't know why that was him.
Same.
Oh, I can see why. They're both government guys.
Oh shit.
There we go. That should do it. Again, what a weird cryptic fight, and it's one of my favorites still in this, just because of how insane it is to think about. Like, I don't know how in a game design mindset someone thought of this.
All of the Killer 7 boss fights are strange.
Yeah, at least with the
Oh,
net
it's not
one
a best
coming
thing.
up, Cloud Man, I can understand that one as like being like a chase sequence.
That's the only normal
Oh,
one.
yeah, that's. So I just thought of something. When Jean de Paul, before you fight him, he does the same pose that a certain boss later on does, with his guns out to the side, in a bird posture.
Oh.
What can you do when the whole world has its eyes on you?
Almost everything. Destroying one or two nations? It's an easy task here. The promise made 30 years ago wasn't a guarantee. It was only the beginning of a countdown.
Yeah, there are the fireworks.
Look at them.
Yep.
They're heading toward hell.
What's sad is that we've gotten used to this. I mean, our senses. That's pathetic.
That doesn't necessarily mean that we're not human.
Okay, now you're not helping.
What a great scene.
30
crazy.
years ago.
Yeah, to be crazy again. It's not far from like an Ultraman line where they're like, man, like we're kind of violent, aren't we? Stuff like, yeah, we're still human though. We got hope.
It's not helping.
Yeah,
Just
it's
nuke the
not.
country. And you hear the explosion in the background over the title drop.
No, you actually hear fireworks. Like you can hear the fireworks like just going. Before they explode, like when they, how do I say, when they start? Yeah.
Oh boy, and we really get to the multimedia mind screw after this.
Like, yeah, if you're a fan of
I just thought
Suda51,
about it.
you are looking into a lot of different media. That's definitely for sure.
What is that brief shot you see of someone in a beach chair? Did anyone catch that when you're saving your game?
Oh, the grasshopper? Yeah.
Sometimes it's a grasshopper, sometimes it's like just a beach chair.
Nice.
It's funny.
I really just think
it's
it's
a fun
like a
little
cute
Easter egg.
What a creepy silhouette, and it's definitely a creepy fight too.
Take a
Best
screenshot
character.
for
The
the next
best character.
Oh yeah, he is certainly a character. So yeah, we made pretty good time on Sunset, and next time, you think we'll be able to do Cloudman all in one, or that might be a two-parter? Cloudman is pretty long.
No, we can do
It is,
it.
but if you know the route, you're good.
Yeah, if you know your
Yeah,
stuff.
if you know where you're going.
It's the chapter that I replay the most, so it should be fine from my end. I can.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
gonna make
I
you
think
play. So.
Maybe we can get Steve Bloom to chime in, like, "Hey, how do you feel about that one line you did in Sunset?" So, yeah, that was my favorite character I've ever done.
I really gotta wonder like how many things they actually remember now these days. Like obviously he
Mark
remembers...
Hamill said he doesn't remember doing,
Majima.
Goro Majima. Yeah, which is sad. He was a great.
Like obviously Steve Bloom still remembers his time at Grasshopper, that's for sure. But I wonder if he might remembers those really minor characters, like again the stuff in Killer7, Dark Star.
Yeah, he was Dark Star. Welcome to my castle.
It's crazy how much small roles he got, and then then he'll be Garcia, and then later Batman. It's like now these days.
By the way, there was the.
Like
it's true.
It's not a Grasshopper game without him.
So there's a really cool series of YouTube videos with the No More Heroes music, and at the start of every one of them, you'll hear it go, with the text to voice, the Dark Star, Gene. And for the Dark Star one, it plays Dark Star, and then halfway through it, you see it starts to blur out, and Gene slowly starts appearing. And it was really well done.
Yeah, those videos, I remember that. That's some old school looking up game soundtracks.
And then all of a sudden you'll hear Gene's voice cut in with the "What's wrong? I'm the last one."
Oh, Carrie Walgreens did such a good job.
Oh, her Gene's incredible. You don't want this to be No More Heroes forever, do you?
God, and it's the one convention I was gonna go to in my local convention was gotta have her and Jennifer Hale at the same time, and then COVID happened.
Aw. They'll come back. Everything's starting to open up again.
Yeah, but still, it was like that one of the moments. I was like, especially before No More Heroes 3 came out, I was like, I wonder if I could get a little information from Jen Hale. Well, but probably not.
And so we'll call it here with the sunset, and next time we will get to the real crazy, the Cloud Man.
Texas Bronco.
Oh boy. How many times a day was it?
4 times a day.
Oh Lord. Yeah,
We're
this might be
talking
the
about
lockup
4
kids.
times a day.
Oh, what a character.
And yes, I do think that cutscene plays in this chapter too.
Yeah, so this might be the content warning for the kiddies. Put them to bed early. Okay, kids, you can stop watching the Killer7 podcast now, although we've let you watch all the other episodes and we don't know why.
Yeah, well, not us. Like, more them. Like, where are your parents?
I mean, hey, if you're letting your kids play Flower, Sun, and Rain, you've got an awesome household. I was lucky to get to play Lunar when I was a kid.
I was playing No More Heroes at age 12, 13, so yeah. Or I should say, I played Doom and Quake at like age 4 and 5.
I didn't get to play Doom until I was like 13. At age 8, I was playing Dragon Warrior.
Yeah, my family was very relaxed with that stuff, and they really were just talking me through a lot of stuff too. Because going like, just don't take it seriously and stuff like that.
Oh, she liked that I played RPGs because RPGs are non-violent. But if I got something like Mortal Kombat, there would be some eyebrows raised. So yeah, this has been CJ Wakura.
This has been Infinite.
Quill.
And
Chaos.
KamenSentai. Oh, chaos. And yes, and then KamenSentai. And recently, oddly enough, we'll talk about Ultraman Tiga. I did do a post on Ultraman Tiga for like, hey, if you're a Suda fan, you might want to watch this show. Kind of post.
Yeah, maybe we'll drop a link to that post you made in the about. Just remind me.
Yeah, no problem. I'll link it again in the group chat then.
Just remember, Cat's not dead, and neither are the cats. Or is Cloud Man.
I just realized we didn't have a lot of cats this time.
Yeah, she's sleeping.
Yeah, the cat's been quiet. Wow, my cat's quiet too. Ominous. They're into Killer7.
All right, peace out.
And we'll see you next time for the Cloud Man.
See you, everyone.
Cat Man.